Hey guys, salut mes amis och hallå gubbar. What are you doing next Wednesday was posted last week, and the day they're referring to is tomorrow. So, what does this mean? Is this the official goodbye for CSGO? And are we getting the official release for CS2? Let's talk about it and everything we know so far right after Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is an automated service that lets you trade skins instantly for a fee, sign up now, and get up to $5 bonus. Simply add items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance. Site offers live support 24/7. You can also top up your balance if you're missing a few dollars, and there's a lot of skins to choose from. Visit my link down below to get to Skins Monkey. So this post blew up, rightfully so, because when does Valve actually care about setting up a release date? For people who didn't know, in December 2018, they actually dropped an almost identical post, and then this was memed, and ironically, because it's Valve, they had to postpone it to Thursday. But what even happened back then? Well, we got Danger Zone for the first time, and the game also went free to play. Point is, these were big updates, which means this post is probably hinting at something that will be on the same level. And this should be rather obvious, but we can remove speculations that this is a joke. Now, almost everyone thinks that this is going to be the end of CSGO, and in those people's defense, there are numerous indicators that suggest this might be the case. If you go under CS2's profile, you'll see tons and tons of reposts essentially reminiscing about the best moments in CSGO. Thank you CS2 for spamming my phone. And in the beginning of all that, they simply posted Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And their banner also changed to this post. And just yesterday, a CSGO demo viewer branch appeared, likely indicating a way to view old demos once CSGO is phased out for CS2. Plus, Twitch has removed Global Offensive from their game list now and simply renamed it to just Counter-Strike. So yes, all this points to the fact that CSGO will very likely get replaced by CS2. I personally think CSGO is going to stay in some capacity, but you will probably only be able to use it offline, specifically for demos. Now, more importantly, the big question, is CSGO ready to be replaced? There are still some glaring issues with the CS2 beta that Valve have to address for the official release. For example, the leaderboards have been infested by cheaters, but also by people who have been playing with cheaters but weren't specifically cheating themselves. In other words, I hope to see some kind of big boy VAC upgrade for the release. There are also cases where it has caught players who were not actually cheating, but simply using console commands to pretend like they were spin botting, and these people are still game banned. I hope they get unbanned soon, because no way in hell should console commands trigger any form of ban. It should just be Valve doing something about the command in itself. Speaking of commands, some of the favorites are missing, like hand switching and bob settings. While these could affect game realism and perhaps never get ported, at least Valve give us crosshair outline thickness 0.5. Speaking of commands, I'm still not budging on this one. We need to reduce this value. Its default value significantly punishes b-hopping for no good reason, and it doesn't faithfully recreate the sensation of b-hopping on a 128-tick server in CSGO. Valve, if you're listening and you want a recommendation from me, simply reducing this value by half would come closest to replicating the 128-tick server experience, which would surely please the community. The stereo sound or audio in the game is still objectively worse than in CSGO, so hopefully they'll get improved by its release. And there are also still major exploits and bugs on certain maps, which again have been spotted thanks to JoJo. I mean, all of these are still significantly big issues that I don't know if Valve can tackle for tomorrow. Maybe they can, or they've already done it, or maybe they're just gonna look at some of the bigger ones. And speaking of one of the bigger ones, I've already covered this in 2 videos, but shooting feels off because hit registration isn't synced with what you see on your screen. This causes gameplay to feel inconsistent or unpredictable. It's essentially a byproduct of subtick, but it's very important to tackle this correctly to improve the feel of the game. Besides that list of things to fix or address, a lot of people might share their own personal stories of the game's issues, but honestly, it's hard to say what could be better there without getting into specifics. But I mean, it's still understandable if you're feeling like CS2 isn't ready at this point. Keep in mind, even if tomorrow ends up being the official release, it's not like they're going to just pack things up and leave. Valve still has a responsibility to fix, update, and optimize the game after that. Last thing I want to bring up is Rops. Rops has made some clever posts, and he was also featured in a video from NATO Safix where he was able to correctly guess the CSGO's server tick rate with a 100% accuracy. This clearly shows that top tier players can distinguish 64 and 128 tick in CSGO at least. He's also been vocal about how a low tick rate limits players' performance. Now, I'm not saying we should bring 128 tick back to CS2, but what I am saying is that we should keep Rops' opinion in mind for this game's future to hold. If Valve imposes restrictions that lower the skill ceiling, it could be detrimental to the game's success. 128 tick servers have long been considered the gold standard for balancing gameplay accuracy without posing too much of a threat to system performance. Again, not saying we need 128 tick, but that's the sweet spot that CS2 should aim for at the very least to ensure the game's long-term success and competitive edge. Now, all that's left is to wait for tomorrow and see what they've got for us. Let me know what you think will happen. I feel like a lot of us will have different things to say here, so that will be fun to read. See you guys soon. Peace.